Hello, I'm Teacher Robin. Welcome to another live streaming class. If this is your first time to join us, let me explain how the classes work. Today, we're going to be talking about how to book a holiday accommodation in English. So if you have any questions during the class, feel free to write your questions in the comments and I'll be checking them as we go along. So I've chosen this topic today because we did a poll on our Twitter page and we asked students to vote on which topics they would like to see during the month of August. And so the top two topics were grammar and travel. So we've been alternating 1 week grammar, 1 week travel. So this week we're going to focus on something that's really relevant for many of you because we are in the month of August and many of you might be planning to go on vacation very soon. So let's go through some different scenarios, some important questions that you'll want to ask when you are looking to find your perfect holiday accommodation. Okay, and one thing to remember, vacation is American English and holiday is British English, but same meaning, you can use either one, just to keep that in mind. Okay, so first possibility. Let's say you have recently gotten married and you are ready to go on your honeymoon. So honeymoon is the trip that a couple takes together after getting married. So some specific questions that you might want to ask at the hotel or the apartment where you are going to be staying, okay? If this is your, if you're looking for a honeymoon type of vacation. Okay, is it a child-free hotel? Okay, so maybe you want to go somewhere that's really quiet, adults only, for example. You can ask, is it child-free? Okay, is the accommodation in a quiet area? All right, so remember when we say accommodation, this means the place that you are staying. So a kind of accommodation could be a hotel, it could be an apartment, it could be like a motorhome, it could be all kinds of different accommodations, but this word is more general to refer to the place that you're staying. Okay, is it in a quiet area? Does the hotel have special packages for couples on their honeymoon? So it's always a good idea to ask if there's a discount for different kinds of situations. If you're on your honeymoon, then you can ask, is there a special discount? Or does the hotel offer honeymoon discounts? Okay, let's look at another kind of traveler, parents with children. Okay, so if you have kids, you might want to ask these specific questions to find the perfect accommodation for your family. Something like, does the hotel have a kids club? Okay, so this would be like an area where children can play together, like a park or kind of a playground zone. Is the hotel suitable for young children? Okay, so suitable means, is it okay? Is it adequate? Is it the right kind of place? Is there entertainment for toddlers? Okay, so a toddler would be a child like 2 to 3 years old, 4. So for very small children, is there entertainment? Maybe there's some sort of a program that they have. Okay, is the hotel near the beach? Okay, this is a popular place for families to go. You might want to book a beach vacation. So is the hotel near the beach? And is there a family discount? So sometimes when you travel with groups of 4, 5 or more, etc., with a numerous family, you can get a special discount on your accommodation. So it's always a good idea to ask when you are making your reservation. Okay, on the other hand, what if you're traveling by yourself? Okay, we also call this a solo traveler. Okay, if you're traveling alone, you can say, I'm a solo traveler. Okay, so what are some questions that a solo traveler might want to ask? Is it easy to arrive at the accommodation without private transport? Okay, if you're traveling by yourself, maybe you don't want to spend a lot of money taking a taxi or some sort of transportation to the hotel. So see how well connected it is to from the airport. Okay, let's see, is the bed in a shared bedroom? Okay, so sometimes you have, especially if it's like a hostel kind of accommodation, you might actually be sharing with several other people, so it's good to ask about that ahead of time. Okay, are the bathroom and kitchen facilities shared? So sometimes you might have a kind of situation where you stay in a room and then the bathroom and the shower are down the hall. The same with the kitchen. You might have like a community kind of kitchen that everyone is able to use. So that's a good question to ask. Does the hostel have a safe to keep valuables? Okay, this is especially important if you're traveling alone and you want to go maybe do some sightseeing, touristy things during the day. Where can you leave your valuables, your maybe your passport or some other important documents? So sometimes the hostel or the hotel will provide you with a safe to lock those things there and make sure that no one can touch them. Okay, I see that several people are joining us already. So we have Mustafa, Norn, Gloria, Dan, Amar, and Rosa have said hello. So thanks for watching. I hope you're finding this class useful. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments. Okay, let's keep going with more kinds of travel, more kinds of holidays. All right, an adventurous traveler. Okay, if you're looking for adventure, what kinds of questions might you want to ask? Okay, which is the most popular skiing pass offered with the accommodation package? So maybe you want to go skiing and you want to look into buying a ski pass, something like that. Okay, do all of the activities have to be paid individually? Okay, so sometimes through your accommodation you can actually book kind of sports activities, things like that. So you can always ask the hotel when you make your reservation. Okay, I see we have another question. Naeem said, what are solo travelers? Okay, so as I said, a solo traveler is someone who travels alone, by themselves. So if you're traveling by yourself, then you might want to refer to some of the questions that I mentioned earlier. Okay, so remember, if you're just starting to watch the class and you've missed the first few minutes, at the end of the class, the video will be available on the video section of our Facebook page. You can watch it again from the beginning as many times as you need to. You can pause, you can take notes. So keep that in mind. All of our previous classes are available in the video section. So if you're just starting, don't worry. You can watch the class, the entire class when we finish. Okay, another question for adventurous travelers. Is it possible to get a discount on booking for multiple activities? Are the extreme activities led by qualified instructors? Okay, so if you're going to book something like an excursion, a hiking trip, a ski outing, maybe you want to ask if the person leading this group is a qualified instructor. Maybe you don't feel comfortable doing it without any kind of special training. Okay? Traveling with pets. This is also a really important one. If you have a dog or a cat and you don't want to leave them with someone else while you're on holiday or at a residence, you want to take them with you. So it's important to ask these questions when you're looking at hotels. Is the hotel pet friendly? Okay, so when we say pet friendly, it means, are my pets, is my dog or my cat allowed to stay in the room with me? Okay, so pet friendly, do you accept dogs? Do you accept cats? For example, can you please tell me if there are any nice trails to walk my dog near the hotel? Okay, so maybe if you're traveling with pets, it's important to look at the location of the hotel. If it's near the beach, if it's near a park, somewhere that you're going to enjoy yourself with animals, that would be a great idea. Okay. Backpackers. So a backpacker is someone who travels with a backpack. That's where the term comes from, but it mostly means someone who is moving from place to place and is traveling maybe on more of a budget. So you're looking for something affordable because you're going to be visiting a lot of different places. Okay, so again, as a backpacker, you might be traveling alone, so you might want to ask, are the shared rooms in the hostel spacious? Okay, so how much space am I going to have if I book a hostel in a shared room? Okay, is there a discount for backpackers who stay longer than 3 nights? So sometimes, depending on how many days you stay, you get 1 day free or 50% off the next day or something like that, so it's a good idea to ask. And how many people will be sharing the room. Okay, so you might have situations where it's 4 people, 8 people, even 12 with bunk beds. Okay, so these kind of beds that are on top of each other. So it's a good idea to ask. If you're not comfortable with that, you might want to look into a different kind of accommodation. Okay, the party goer. If you are looking to have fun on your vacation and maybe go to kind of a party or a club, then you'll want to ask, are the main clubs close to the hotel? You'll want to make sure you book a hotel that's close to these kinds of places. Do a lot of people who stay at the hotel go partying? Okay, so you don't want to book a hotel room in a hotel that's more quiet with a lot of families maybe who are going to go to bed early. Maybe that's not the kind of place that you want. Does the hotel offer any discounts to get into local nightclubs? Okay, so depending on the kind of hotel, they might offer discounts for you to get into the different nightclubs around town. Okay, I see many more people are saying hello. That's great. Let me know if you have any questions. Okay, another kind of traveler, the RV traveler. So what is RV? RV means recreational vehicle, okay? So this means that you are actually driving the vehicle that you're traveling in, all right? So for example, how much does it cost to rent a space for our RV? Okay, so if you have an RV, obviously you need somewhere to park it at night, okay? So depending on the country, depending on the place that you're going to, you'll need to ask. You need to rent a space, or sometimes you can just park anywhere. It really depends. So you want to make sure that you do the right thing. Can we connect our RV to the water mains? Okay, so if you need to shower, if you have one that has a shower inside, you'll need to connect the water. Okay, what are the facilities like at the campsite? Okay, so do you have camping, like barbecue equipment available to you, things like that, if you're using an RV and you want to cook dinner, for example? Okay, so these are some good questions to ask. All right, so now we've gone through all kinds of different travel types and questions that you'll want to find your perfect accommodation. Okay, so now I want to hear from you about your experience. So I'm going to ask you, a couple of questions, and I want you to write your answers in the comments. Okay, so my first question is, what are you planning for your next vacation? All right, what kind of traveler are you? Are you one of the ones that I've just mentioned, or are you a different kind of traveler? So tell me in the comments, and which was your best vacation so far and why? Okay, so describe a really great vacation experience for me in the comments. So what kind of accommodation did you stay at on this really great vacation? So tell me more about it. Okay, so as you are doing that, let me tell you more about the course here at ABBA. We have a complete course from beginners to business level. Our course has 144 units, and each unit features a short film, a video class explaining the grammar, and then exercises to practice all 4 of your skills: reading, writing, speaking, and listening. So it is a very complete course, and it's great because you can take it with you. You can study on our app, and you can study on our web. Okay, so you can take it with you on vacation. For example, you can download units, you can study them offline, so you have tons of ways to improve your English with us at ABBA, and it doesn't matter where you are in the world, you can still learn English. Okay, I see someone has written, thank you for your lecture. Okay, great. Hetne, sorry if I said your name wrong. Okay, let me give you a few more resources in addition to our course, which you can find at abbaenglish.com. So if you don't already study with us, then feel free to check out our website, and there you can get more information. And we are also available on all of the social media channels: Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. We are updating those channels every day, so you can find some good information there, learn something new every day. And we have our blog, which is our ABBA journal, and there you can find more about topics like today's topic, travel. You can find English for business, more grammar articles with grammar explanations, so you can really find anything you could possibly want to know about in English. Check out our blog, blog.abbaenglish.com. Okay? Now let's see what questions you have. I see, okay, the same person has asked, how can I speak fluently? I'm afraid to speak English. Okay, well, this happens when you're learning a new language. It might feel a little embarrassing at first to start speaking with someone because you don't feel confident. And the best thing to do is to just practice as much as you can. Okay, so maybe try to find a language exchange in your area. You could find a partner, someone to practice with, and just practice as much as you can. And then when you travel, try to use your English. If you travel to a foreign country, try to talk to the locals. All right, so the more you practice, the more confident you're going to feel. So the best thing to do is just keep going, and you'll gain more and more confidence as you go. Okay, and another question from Yuyud. I'm planning to visit the beach for your next vacation. Okay, that sounds like a great vacation. The beach is always a good option. Okay, so thanks for sharing that. All right, let me just tell you what we're talking about in next week's class. We're going to move on to a grammar topic. So remember, we're alternating travel and grammar. So next week, we're going to be talking about communication verbs. And by that, I mean say and tell, speak and talk. Okay, so these are 4 very important verbs that we use to communicate and to talk about communication. So we're going to be talking about the differences between these, when to use one or the other. So this is going to be a very practical class for next week. So tune in, same time next week to check that out. If there are no more questions, then feel free to keep writing, and I'll check your comments later on today. I'll be happy to answer you. I want to hear about your next vacation. Please tell me about it, or a great travel experience that you've had. Okay, I hope this class was useful for you today. I hope that you've learned some really important questions, phrases that you can use when you are finding your perfect holiday vacation accommodation. Okay, so thanks a lot for joining. All right, I see people have said thank you. Great, I'm so happy that you've enjoyed the class. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time. Same time next week. Okay, take care and have a great day. Bye-bye.